Songwriting is both an art and a science. I like to call it musical engineering. In today's video, I would like to talk about songwriting and the components of a song. Now, it's not as hard as you think. In fact, you can write a song in as little as 30 minutes or less. First, we can talk about the components of a song. And let's roll the intro. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Robert Newstrand, and welcome back to another video. Let's start with the components of a song. There are 8 major components, 9 if you consider tuning, which we'll get to. Let's start with the melody line. Typically sung with vocals, but other instruments can fill that gap for instrumental songs, like a piano, a guitar, or other instruments. The melody line is what people will remember the song by. If you haven't heard songs like, gotta think of something off the top of my head, but if you think of songs like, for example, the da 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 da, that's the melody right there. That's what people will remember the song by. And to create a melody line, you need to make it simple and easy to sing along to. And that's especially true for church music or worship music. It needs to be able to be singable, and in a singable key, which we'll get to as well. Next component is harmony vocals, or counter melody for instrumental songs, or I should say instrumental pieces. Now the harmony would have similar melody, similar rhythm to the melody line, but will have vocals like a 4th down or a 4th up or a 5th up or even a 3rd on either side of the melody. And that just brings harmony together. It brings the note together. For example, if I pluck these 2 strings on the ukulele, that's this string is doing the harmony. Number 3, accompaniment instrumentation. That's where all the lead guitars, the rhythm instruments will actually come in, the piano hook or the acoustic guitar goes, and also the drums do their thing. That's the accompaniment. Number 4, lyrics. Or if it's an instrumental piece, it'll probably be the melody line, but the lyrics has its own category for singable songs, because I mean, good quality lyrics would actually make the song more memorable. And also, for worship songs, biblical lyrics, like lyrics straight out of the Bible, actually would be make it all not just more memorable, but also singable and it'll be memorable for any verse of scripture that needs to be sung, as well as praise to the Lord. Number 5, song structure. I'm talking intro, verse, chorus, bridge. Every song, every modern song has a structure to it. And in fact, even classical music would have some structure as well. For example, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony has an exposition, development, and it reaches its peak, and then the recap, or the recapitulation to end the song, or to end the piece. And in a way, Taylor Swift's song, Love Story, kind of has that kind of song structure. The exposition would be like in the verses, and then the chorus would be kind of the development. And then the bridge would really develop it and get to its peak. And then the last verse, or the tag, would be the recapitulation, and will end the song. Number 6, key signature and tuning. Now, before I get there, I forgot to mention that every song has at least one or more verses and at least one chorus. If you want to put a pre-chorus or a bridge, you can do that too. And of course, you gotta have an intro of some sort and an end. Other than that, it's really your discretion on how the story goes, because the lyrics can either tell a story or they can present a concept. Number 6, key signatures and tuning. Well, key is very important for not only the melody line, but also for the instrumentation. Typically on a piano, there are 12 keys, plus the chromatic scale that you would need to know. And of course, there's also blues scales and jazz scale, and even like I've recently heard of an Arabic scale. And there's many other kinds of scales. The key signature is important because it sets the tone for the entire song. And then, of course, tuning. A lot of instruments like this ukulele here have tuning pegs because they get out of tune pretty easily. And you need a tuner, like this snark tuner right here, to give the pitch that it's supposed to be, and then you just turn the tuning peg to tune it. There are many instruments that require tuning, as well as the ukulele, the guitar, a acoustic piano, a violin. Those do require tuning every so often. 7, rhythm. The rhythm is also part of the melody line as well as the accompaniment. The rhythm keeps the song going. The time. And of course, the last one is the beat, the time signature. Whether it be common time, which is 4/4, and that means 4 beats per measure, and 4 1/4 note gets a beat. But there's also time signatures like 6/8, which is 6 beats per measure, and an 1/8 note gets a beat. And typically, in faster tempo songs, faster speed songs, they will actually do the 6/8 time in 2. Da, 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 da. And also 3/4 time, which is usually a waltz. And the beat, of course, controls the timing of all of the instrumentation, the melody line, the song structure, and the whole song. You don't want it to go too fast or too slow. There are some Italian words you might need to know, like allegro is fast, and adagio means slow. Andante means a walking tempo, walking speed. And the tempo is basically just the speed of the song. Basically, it's measured in beats per minute. You can also think of it as 1/60th of a beat per second. Times however many beats per minute. And then you can calculate how many beats per second. Like, for example, 120 beats per minute is just 2 beats per second. And 60 beats per minute is 1 beat per second. Kind of as a reference. Typical speeds are probably between like 60 beats per minute all the way to 150 beats per minute, roughly. And of course, your heart rate is measured in beats per minute as well. You don't want it to go too high, otherwise you have either a medical condition if it goes too high for a sustained period of time. And the beat is actually the driver for most songs, except for hymns. Hymns actually use the melody line as the driver for the song. Well, I hope you learned something about the components of a song. If I missed anything, comment down below. And other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Editor Robert here. I forgot to mention frequency, and that's basically the basic component of sound. And anyway, frequency is how it kind of controls the timbre or the shape of the sound. And that applies here as well. It's not a major component of the song, but it affects the song in a great way. Just wanted to let you know there for the frequency. It affects the tone of the song or the piece, as well as the timbre. All right. See ya.